Hi everyone, welcome to this video on lesson 6 of the reproduction scheme of work. This one is on menstruation, and I'm not going to spend long in this video because actually there's nothing really new in this lesson. Really it's just about consolidating what we've talked about before, and that's a really tricky idea for students to get their head around. Is how everything is organized within this organizing concept, I suppose, of the menstrual cycle. And really you can just draw the exact same diagram that you drew before. You don't even need to draw it. You can come back to the one like I'm doing here. You can come back to the one that you've already drawn. And what students need to recognize is at this stage we're going to zoom in on this part of the cycle here, which is what happens after day 14 of the menstrual cycle if fertilization doesn't occur. And you'll see at the end of the lesson there's 2 extended writing questions which are essentially describe what happens if fertilization does occur, describe what happens if it doesn't occur. And it's about students being able to fluently make sense of these 2 alternative paths. This, you know, what happens if you go down either of these 2, either of the paths in the fork in the road. I think I'm overdoing the metaphors there, but hopefully that makes sense. So really there's nothing too much to add, but the main thing that you need to do in this lesson is just go through it again and just make sure students are clear why all of this happens in terms of our big idea of menstruation. Menstruation is something that we know happens. Why is that happening? How can we explain that in terms of our organizing concept? I don't think there's too much more to say on that. Most of the information is in the slides, and just make sure you give students plenty of time in this lesson to have a go at that extended writing towards the end, because that act of writing you know, a chunky paragraph is just going to help them really think about what's going on, and then there's a great opportunity to give some feedback and see what they think and address any misconceptions that still remain.